Ladies and gentlemen, it's Conjured Lion. Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Hope everyone is having a great day, drinking plenty of water. So we've all seen the reveal for Resident Evil Requiem, and fans have been absolutely losing their minds over the reveal, with crafting theories, playing through the entire series again, such as Resident Evil Outbreak. So from what it looks like, Capcom is actually celebrating the 30-year anniversary by taking us back to the very same place it all started, Raccoon City. We see familiar places like the RPD, we see what it looks like to be Oswald E. Spencer on the chair, or a Spencer-like sitting in the chair. The aftermath of Raccoon City, of course, the intro starting with Grace typing a series of murders, very reminiscent to the very first Resident Evil game. So you might want to buckle in because, well, this theory slash wish, whatever you want to call it, is probably, let me tell you, by far the craziest one you will probably ever hear. But I don't know, guys, something is completely off. So for a 30-year celebration, something is entirely missing. So something is missing in the series, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Something that has been in the original games. I don't really know the exact angle of how to put things, or maybe I don't have the right perspective. What if Resident Evil 9 has a secret, a third secret perspective, aka the return of fixed camera angles? Now, hold on, wait a minute. I can already hear the comments calling me Unk, Boomer, bro, you're old. Go play the old games. This perspective is outdated. Trust me, I've heard it all, but just hear me out for a second. Just give me a little bit of time to at least cook this up for you. So, the first Resident Evil actually started as a fixed camera game, which is a reason why Resident Evil Requiem is actually taking inspiration from it. And what better way to actually do this than to bring back the very camera angle that started it all? And that's, well, the fixed camera angle. Don't get me wrong, although I do love the third person and first person cameras, a fixed camera option would just absolutely feel perfect for this game specifically because of the 30-year celebration. Just hear me out for a second. It just seems so perfect to reintroduce this to the franchise, and Capcom is no stranger when it comes to reintroducing new perspectives or a new way to play the game. But to be quite honest, putting this game in a fixed camera angle perspective, or at least have it a third option, it'll be a lot of people's first time playing it this way regardless. A lot of people did come in games like Resident Evil 7, 2 remake, some people came in Village, hell, even Resident Evil 4 remake. So a lot of people weren't necessarily exposed to the idea of fixed camera angles. You can introduce it to a new audience. You can actually reintroduce it in a new way that we've personally never seen it before. Even when it comes to the OGs of the series, you can rekindle that lost feeling for older Resident Evil fans as well. And just overall, it'll just be a third way to play the game apart from the first person and the third person perspective angle. Now, I know this is not necessarily a theory because I'm stretching this one extremely far. Like, I am yoga stretching the hell out of this. This is more of a wish than a theory, to be personally honest, because I don't think this is going to happen. So I think it's probably a stretch, but just think about it for a second. Just think about it for a quick second. I'm not saying we should have the series back to fixed camera angles. I'm saying, what if it's just an option to play the game? And also, why would you celebrate 30 years of Resident Evil without the main trait everyone remembers these older games by? You know what I mean? It almost seems odd to not include this as like a bonus or an Easter egg of some sort, just like in Resident Evil 5. I remember booting up Resident Evil 5 Lost in Nightmares for the very first time and actually tried the Easter egg out. And the whole game was just in fixed camera angle perspective. And my God, I wish more games had done this. I wish more Resident Evil games had done this very specific Easter egg or a mode of some sort, because it's definitely a whole different way to play the game, and it's hella exciting. I love the fixed camera angle perspective only because it kind of gives you that cinematic angle when it comes to certain cameras, when it comes to a room, corridor, whatever it may be. I get a lot of people don't actually like this perspective, but believe me, if you have not played these games this way, just at least try Lost in Nightmares with the fixed camera perspective Easter egg, and you'll probably enjoy it. You'll probably like it a lot. Obviously they can modernize it a bit or something, But I just find it really strange that we are celebrating the 30 year of Resident Evil without having the fixed camera perspective. I feel like it's really odd because we're basically seeing everything. Well, aside from main characters, of course, we do see RPD. We are going back to Raccoon City, and the game is very reminiscent to the very first Resident Evil game, which is crazy to think about. But I want you guys to think about it. Like, how would you guys feel not to replace third-person perspective or first-person perspective, just add in a whole nother perspective, which is fixed camera angle? Maybe just like an unlockable as a bonus for beating the game at, you know, speed run time that Resident Evil is known for. Just have it an extra way to play. So what actually motivated me to make this video? Well, I actually did see a lot of the photos from Resident Evil Requiem when a lot of the content creators were playing the game. A lot of photos came out from these sets, from these quote-unquote demos. And there was this one particular photo that I'm like, wow, this game can actually work at fixed camera angles. And I don't think a lot of people are talking about it. Like, I didn't see anyone talk about it. But once I looked at this photo, I'm like, yeah, I have to make a video about this because this game would absolutely fit perfectly as a fixed camera game, or at least an option, of course, because the corridors, these hallways, it's very reminiscent to the older, I should have it on the video somewhere, by the way, but it's really reminiscent to the classical Resident Evil games. And one thing I really do miss having these perspectives in game. Again, I'm a fan of third person, I'm a fan of first person. I play other games too. I play a lot of third person games. I also play a lot of first person games. So I really don't have a problem if the series takes any turn when it comes to the perspectives. I think the only thing I do want is just the fact that it comes back in some way, shape, or form, whether it's a mode, a third perspective, like I said earlier. If they can fit a third mode and just have it like fixed camera, I would highly love that completely, because it'll just give us a brand new way to play the game. That's pretty much it. Just like how Village had people playing the game in a brand new way from going to first and to third. I think going from first, third to fixed camera would be a crazy experience, especially when, if you're playing as a Grace, you're not doing a lot of combat regardless, you're just doing a lot of running and hiding. And I feel like this could fit in a fixed camera perspective. So as soon as I've seen this photo, I'm like, holy, like this game would absolutely work 100% as a fixed camera game. Just imagine Alien Isolation being at fixed camera. That would be absolutely insane. I hope some modder just takes this idea and like runs with it and just make the whole game fixed camera. That's probably not going to happen, because obviously I don't think the models are necessarily made for stuff like that to happen. If they are working on this game for this amount of time, I feel like maybe the ambition is going towards this secret third perspective. I'm just gassing and hyping myself up for absolutely no reason. I'm literally setting myself up because I know fixed camera isn't coming back. In some shape, way, or form. I don't ever think for a fact that it's ever coming back. That's just how I feel. But imagine if this was a thing. Imagine this was an actual reality where it does come back in some way, shape, or form, not exactly replacing the modes that we have now or the perspectives that we have now, but just adding on to it. And I feel like that would be amazing for the game itself. It's just, again, just giving us a brand new way to play the game. But let me know what you guys think about this theory or wish. Am I just crazy? Should I just take my meds, sit down, just take my meds? Just tell me in the comments if I'm absolutely insane. Seriously, be sure to take care of yourselves. I'll catch you guys in the next time, and peace.